Alright, number 20 was the most frequently missed problem on the test. So there are a couple things that we have to really be careful about and focus on. Here's the first thing. A lot of students did not understand what you were being asked to find. It says find the indicated measure, and then it says this. And a lot of kids just look at this, they sort of ignore the M and say arc AB. We're being asked to find arc AB. And then they look and they say, well, look, arc AB is right here. And they're thinking, we already know arc AB. It's 18.84. So what in the world are they asking for? Is the answer just 18.84? They have a feeling that's not it. But here's the thing. As we've seen many times in the past, arcs have two different things going for them. Let me see if I can look back. Okay, take a look at number 19. Look at arc ML. See, it's got two different numbers associated with it. It's got this 45 degrees, and it's got the 1.57 feet. Both of those are arc ML in some way. But the 45 degrees, that's called the measure of arc ML. The measure of arc ML is the degrees. 1.57 feet, that's the length of arc ML. So, arcs have two different things going for them. They have a measure, which is going to be in degrees, and they have a length. Okay? I should probably put degrees down here. Okay? Which one of these two things are we given? When we see this 18.84, are we given the measure or are we given the length? It's probably clear to you that we are given the length. The length is 18.84 meters. Okay? Now, are we being asked to find the length? No. This little m stands for measure. So you have to pay attention to that. The little m means the measure of arc AB. That means we're being asked to find degrees. We do not know the degrees yet. Look in here. The degrees. That's normally what would be right here. I'll put a little theta right here. That's the Greek letter theta, T-H-E-T-A. We do not know what the degrees are. That's basically what we're being asked to find. This theta is going to be the same thing as the measure of arc AB. Okay, so we're being asked to find the measure. We are being asked to find the angle, the degrees. So hopefully you realize that once again we're dealing with arc length. So your first instinct should be to set up an equation of the form part over whole equals part over whole. But usually on the right hand side we put part over whole degrees. And usually this is the easy part. And because we always put 360. But usually we know what this angle is. And that's what we put in the top. This time we don't know it. We do not know the degrees. We do not know the measure of arc AB. So that's what we're supposed to find. Theta. That means we must know both of these other two things, or at least be able to find them. Okay? How about 18.84? Am I going to put that in the top or the bottom? Top or bottom? Well, I'm doing part over whole length. Is 18.84 the partial length, or is it the length of the whole circle? clearly arc AB, it's an arc. It's not the whole circle. So that is a partial length. It's an arc length. So I will put 18.84 up here, part over whole. Now, a lot of students try to use the radius and just put that number in somewhere. Some kids are putting the 9 in the top of the fraction. Some kids are putting the 9 in the bottom. The radius is never going to be one of the numbers, one of the four numbers in this proportion, in this equation. The radius is no part of the circle. All right, these four things all represent parts of the circle. 9 is the radius. We will use it to help us because what normally goes here is what? What do we usually put here? Hopefully you were just saying circumference. The whole, part over whole. The whole is the circumference. So we use the radius to find the circumference. So that's what we're going to do. Okay, so we know that the circumference is 2 pi times the radius. Alright, the radius is 9. So this becomes 2 pi times 9, which is also known as 18 pi. Okay, so I will put the circumference here where it always goes, 18 pi. So now I have part over whole, arc length over circumference, equals part over whole degrees. The partial degrees, that's the thing I don't know. Okay, I've got all these decimals. So there's nothing I can reduce, so the numbers might get pretty big, but that's okay. Alright, so let's cross multiply. On this side, okay, so I'm about to do, alright, 18 pi times theta. And for a minute, I'm just going to go ahead and write 18 pi times theta. I can just leave it like that. Okay, on the other side, I'm going to do 18.84 times 360. That gives me 6,782.4. Okay, now I still need to get theta by itself. So now I need to divide both sides by 18 pi to get theta by itself. So divide, 18 pi, 18 pi. Okay, so the 18 pi is going to cancel out, and that's just going to leave me with the answer. Theta equals. Now again, this would be a bad time to leave pi as part of your answer. We've already got a decimal up here, so let's just deal with it. Let's put this in the calculator, get a decimal, and be done with it. Okay, so I've got 6,782.4 over 18 pi. That's going to be 119.9. degrees, and that's your answer. That is the angle, and of course we know that this angle is the same as the arc measure, which is what we were being asked to find. That was a tough problem, but you can do it.